Here is my Moldavite story time. And if you're like, what the hell is Moldavite? Moldavite's a crystal that if you put it on your body, like a necklace or a ring or something, it's like known to drastically change your life. It's going to remove everybody or anything from your life that's not supposed to be there and just bring you to your highest purpose. So me being the low-key spiritual ass bitch that I am was like, oh my God, this is perfect. So 2 weeks prior to me getting Moldavite, I had a psychic reading and my psychic was like, okay, the guy that you're talking to needs to get the fuck out of your life and this whole friend group that you're in also needs to get the fuck out of your life. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. I just kind of ignored it, but I always kept what she said in the back of my mind. But okay, flash forward, I get Moldavite. One thing about Moldavite, it has like the weirdest fucking side effects. Like I was having beyond vivid dreams and my body was just feeling really weird. And my best friend's like, oh no, that's completely normal. If the Moldavite becomes too much, like take it off. And I'm like, I'm not no bitch. Like I want to see my life change. First thing that happens with Moldavite, like it's only been a week and I'm wearing Moldavite. I get in like a massive blowout fight with that friend group that my psychic was like, you need to get rid of them. Like one of those things like, we're not going to come back from this. And another thing about Moldavite is like, it's going to rip the fuck out of these people out of your life and make sure that they can never come back if they're not meant to be in your life. I called one of my other best friends like bawling about the situation and she's like, well, at least we know the Moldavite's working. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, it is. Okay, but remember when I told you that I was getting like the most vivid dreams in the entire world? I woke up and I was like, I need to download Bumble BFF immediately. This is not fucking sponsored, but it should be. Bumble BFF. Give me my fucking bag. But also, that's like not really like me whatsoever. Like I really never thought I'd be on Bumble BFF, but all my friends that I was still fucking friends with lived all over the world. So like I was alone. So I was like, whatever, let me hop my ass on Bumble BFF. And I ended up meeting one of my best friends through there. And we met like on Bumble BFF, did the whole Bumble BFF date thing, whatever, right? And she is 100% the reason as to like why I'm friends with all of my best friends now. And they met on Bumble BFF as well. So I met all these girls who are now my best friends. These girls are going to be like bridesmaids at my wedding through Bumble BFF. I'm not planning on getting married anytime soon. I'm just saying like we're friends for life. All because I had a Moldavite dream that was like, you need to download Bumble BFF immediately. Wait, remember the guy I was telling you guys about? We did not forget about him. Go to part 2. Okay, remember the guy I was talking about? And my psychic is like, you need to get rid of him immediately. I was like lonely and I wasn't listening to my psychic very much. I was like, yeah, if he's not meant to be in my life, he won't be in my life. So I had ended things with him, but we were like just friends and we were hanging out a lot. As you remember, I literally had no fucking friends at that point. Like, I knew we weren't going to be anything. I was just holding on to something. I knew I should have let it go. But for some reason, I just could not. Trigger warning, assault. I'm going to give everyone a moment who doesn't want to hear about assault to get the fuck out because I don't want to trigger anybody. And I'm doing that because I love you. That guy that my psychic was like, you need to get rid of him immediately. 2 weeks after I put on that Moldavite, he sexually assaulted the absolute fuck out of me. I've been assaulted before and like other things, but this assault specifically sent me through a fucking spiral. Moldavite was like, he is not gonna be in your life. So like the girlies weren't kidding when they said that they would absolutely rip people out of your life that were not meant to be there. Like a rip to a point where they're not coming back anytime fucking soon. This assault caused me to go into a full hermit mode where I was just like in my apartment 24/7 and I was like deeply healing. But not just from like that assault, from like everything in my life, all the trauma that I had just like built up. Like I was in extensive therapy and I was just really dedicated to healing myself. I'm just like getting really clear about like what I wanted for the future because I knew I wanted to move. Okay, flash forward. I visit New York with one of my Bumble BFF besties and I fall in love and I'm like, I need to move here. And she was like, yeah, same. And our other BFF, Bumble BFF girly was like, yeah, no, like same. I also want to move here. And at that point, we were all just like talking about it. And we were genuinely all like servers at that point. And we would spend our shifts just being like, oh my God, we want to move to New York so badly. Flash forward a year, I live there. My other BFF, Bumble, BFFE, whatever, lives here as well. And the other one does too. Also, I've always loved TikTok and I've always loved making TikToks. And my first night going viral on TikTok was the night of one of like my old friends that I had to leave that friend group, their birthday. So I was like, that's a sign from the universe. But the night before I was moving to the big motherfucking apple, my Moldavite necklace breaks. I had had it on for a year and a half, and the night before, it just breaks off my neck. which means Moldavite did what it needed to do in my life, and Moldavite did a fucking number on me, like, obviously. But it did remove all the people who weren't supposed to be in my life out of my life, and it brought in, like, the most amazing people, and also, like, brought in my goals and dreams, and, like, me living in the big fucking apple. So only get Moldavite if you're, like, really mentally strong. But I love it.
My husband got a paternity test on our daughter, and it came back negative. But I never cheated. Now he thinks our relationship is a lie and wants a divorce. What do I do? I'm 29 female, my husband is 31 male, and our daughter is 5 female. I don't know how it happened, and I haven't been able to stop crying all day. I never cheated. I love my husband, we've been together since college, and he's the love of my life. He's handsome and kind, and while I've slept with 2 other people, both were before we got together. There's no other potential father for our daughter. We were married already and actively trying for a baby. I never cheated. I would never cheat. And I don't know why he took that stupid test, because I would never, ever cheat. But it came back negative, and now he thinks he's not her dad. I don't know how to convince him it was a faulty test, and I'm so scared. These past few months, it's like he's become someone completely different from the man I married. He's cold and suspicious. He kept demanding to see my phone and wouldn't tell me why. And I showed him at first, but eventually told him I wouldn't anymore unless he explained why. He's been distant with our daughter too. He stays in his office for hours on end, and I don't know what he's doing. I did not cheat. He accused me this morning, saying he's done the test after realizing that our daughter's eyes, brown, wouldn't naturally come from ours, both blue, and that he wanted me to get out of the house. I didn't leave, and he locked me out of our bedroom, and now I'm in my daughter's room. This is terrifying. What should I do? The specific advice I want is how I can prove I'm innocent and how to make sure this relationship works. I want to keep my family together at all costs. My mother-in-law gifted me laser tattoo removal for my birthday. I don't want them removed. My husband, 43 male, and I, 31 female, have been married for 3 years, together for 6. Obviously, there is an age gap between my husband and I, which has never been an issue for us. My mother-in-law, however, has always greatly disapproved and likes to talk to me like I'm a rebellious teenager instead of her son's life partner. A big issue for her is the fact that I have tattoos. I love all my tattoos. They are well done and a huge part of my identity. I can't imagine myself without them, and my husband loves how they look on me. Mother-in-law made a few comments while we were dating, but my husband told her privately to drop it. 3 years ago, my husband and I hosted our families for my birthday dinner. It was our first big get-together after getting married, and everyone was nice enough to bring me a gift. I was going to open them after everyone left, but mother-in-law handed me an envelope at the dinner table and insisted I open it immediately. Inside was a card and a gift certificate to a local tattoo removal business for $500. I was confused and asked her what this was for. She said that since I was a married woman now and planning to have kids, she assumed I would want my tattoos removed. Both my husband and I were kind of taken aback and stunned. I half-heartedly thanked her, and the party continued. Later, my husband called her and told her off. He insisted she take it back and get her money back. She absolutely refused and insisted I would want it someday. 3 years later, her $500 is sitting in my kitchen junk drawer, and I've added 3 more tattoos to the collection. I'm considering leaving my wife because of her weight. Alright, before I get called an asshole, let me explain. I love my wife. I think she's incredibly beautiful, and even more so after she gave birth to our son 3 years ago. The problem is that she put on a good amount of baby weight, obviously, and never lost it. She instead started to gain more weight and was overall pretty depressed. I initially assumed it was postpartum depression and suggested she go to therapy for it. She went to therapy and got some antidepressants. It took her a while to find the right ones. She's been fine mentally since she found them. Physically is a different story, however. She has continued over the past 3 years to gain weight. The problem isn't anymore that I'm not attracted to her, but she will die if she continues to gain weight. She's currently 5'2", about 260 pounds, with a BMI close to 50. I don't know what I can do. I feel like I've tried everything. I've asked her to go to the gym with me, go on a diet with me, not buy fast food, have some active hobbies. She's turned down every single one of these ideas. I feel like I don't have any choice but to give her an ultimatum. Either she genuinely tries to lose the weight, or I leave. I can't watch the woman I love and the mother of my child slowly kill herself. I don't want to be the dude who gives her an ultimatum, but I see no other choice. I guess I just wanted to ask if I'm being the asshole or if there's any other way I could go about this.